Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today we are filming the second episode of Chat and Chowdown. And today's topic was suggested by one of my readers, and she asked me to go through the lessons she will need for life after university. I graduated from university 4 years ago. Okay, in 2014, that's almost 5 years ago. 5 years ago in June. And I'm going to touch on lessons I learned, and I'm still learning because the learning never stops, and the lessons my friends are also still learning. Even if you graduated 20 years ago or you're still in university, please watch. It's going to be a nice video, and you know the lessons still apply. For the Chowdown, I ordered some food from Crispy Wings. I've never ordered food from them before, so today is going to be a first impression video. I'm going to talk about the prices, how it tastes, nini. Na kama kawaida, you guys know I'm going to keep it 100. So come along with me, let's chat and chow down this food. Karibuni sana and welcome to my channel. So a little bit about Crispy Wings before we get into our chat. They have 2 branches, one located in Kilimani and the other one open in Karen. Each branch has a separate contact number, which I'll link them down below, but please make sure you follow them on Instagram. So in case you have any question, you just contact them directly. Remember, I'm just a regular customer just like you. So if you have like specific questions only they can answer, please contact them. I ordered from one of their branches, obviously, and I live like 3 minutes away from one of those branches. When I called in, I asked the lady I was speaking to how long it takes for me to get my food after I placed my order. She said 20 minutes. I ordered my food at 12:44 p.m. and the food came at 13:31 p.m. That's 45 minutes, which for me I find a bit shifty. You know, in my head I like, if it will take 1 hour, tell me it will take 1 hour. If it will take 15 minutes, tell me it will take 15 minutes, not 5 minutes. You know, sema tu ukweli, so that we work with the right amount of time, because I have other things to do. So maybe nitaka kuoga, maybe nitaka kuosha nyumba, but you told me 20 minutes and it took 45 minutes. That's double the amount of time, which I actually don't mind. But if one is very, very hungry and working with set timelines, it can be very, very distracting. So let me start with one of my orders. My first order was their honey mustard wings, and I ordered these ones with fries. Started digging into the chicken. For my first impression, the chicken looks quite nice. However, I feel the chicken would have been coated in the honey mustard sauce a bit more richly, so that it's appealing from the get-go. From the fries, they look a bit nizaleo kweli. That's only my opinion, I'm not sure, but from how they look like, you know, you can tell fries za leo na fries za jana. And also I remember when I called in, the lady I spoke to mentioned the fries are already ready. So I don't know if they were carried forward from the previous day or not, but they look kinda dry, let me just be honest. So let's take a bite of the chicken, then we move to the topic we're chatting about, and I'm going to start with money. I'll let you know what I think about them. So for money, one of the things I really was happy I'm naturally built in with is to say no. For me, if I didn't budget for a certain trip, I'm not going. If I didn't budget to go out the whole night, I won't go. If I budgeted to go out for 5 hours, that's the only money I will use. I won't go out of my way to spend more money for 12 hours. You will be called boring, you will be called rigid, you will be called stiff, but let me tell you, you need to budget for every single coin you spend, especially after university and as you prepare to go into the work environment and as you prepare to earn money. If you don't have self-control, if you don't have boundaries, if you can't say no when you didn't intend to spend, you will utapata tu hizo ma zeros. Okay, not zeros like millions, like zero, like dwindling money in your bank account. budget each time you set foot outside your gate, because sometimes utenda nje kidogo kwa Adams, kidogo may spend 3,000 bob. If you budgeted to spend 3,000 bob that day, well and good. But if you went only to town for errands, then kidogo may spend 3k outside what you intended to do. Find out why you have that habit and nip it at the bud. Always spend within your budget. Na haimanishi you don't treat yourself once in a while, but always make it a habit to really know how money is going out of your account. If it's reckless spending, impromptu spending, nip it at the bud. Mapema, haraka upesi. My second tip, still on money, make saving a habit. If you didn't start this in university, it's not too late. Even if you're watching this and you're 35 years old, it's still not too late. Or even 55. Just start where you are and with what you have. And I think that's my life philosophy. Just start. Even if it's 20 bob a day, or ukifika home you put all your coins into a tin, ama you nini 500 bob every week, whatever works for you and whatever is most comfortable for you. Make saving a habit. Then whatever you saved, weka kando, do not touch it. Then save with a goal. Why are you saving? Is that money for a new vehicle? Is it for buying a new apartment? Is it for servicing your car? Is it for buying your mother, I don't know, a new stove top, a new bed? It has to have a goal so that it's not just in the cloud. Because for me, I find that if you don't have a goal, when your friends call you on a random Saturday morning, Tufika Naivasha, you will pour all your savings there because you don't have a plan and the money is just there. Have a plan and make saving a habit. So before we move to the next topic, allow me to give you my first impressions. As I mentioned earlier, I would have wished if the chicken was coated in the honey mustard sauce a bit richer. I don't know about the fries. I really don't like them, but I bought, so whatever, pesa made at river. The chicken is neither tender nor tough. It's just in the middle. It's a bit salty. The salt is a bit on the higher side, but if you like food with a really strong salt taste, you might not quite feel it. But for me, I don't take too much salt, so it's a bit on the higher side for me. You can taste the mustard, but the honey notes get like the potea huko ndani. So for me, I really like the contrast between savory and sweet. I would have loved if the honey notes were a bit more prominent. All in all, iko sawa too. So the next section I'm going to touch on is about work, because after university and college, the next step is work. Work, especially in our economy, it can be a bit difficult to get, especially if you're working the 9-to-5 kind of life. Even self-employment, nothing is easy, no route is easy. And especially nowadays where self-employment and entrepreneurship has been fashioned to be some kind of sexy, adventurous thing, it's as difficult as hell. If you're going to take the entrepreneurial path, just know you're going to work extra hours, even as a creative. Most of your weekends, you will still be working. Today is Sunday, I am still working. It may look easy to someone else, but it's not. Your work hours will be more than 12 hours, sometimes even 16-hour work days. Entrepreneurship, as flexible as it is, it's not easy, but worth it in the end. If you're doing the 9-to-5 route, work as hard. It will be kinda depending on the field you're in. From my experience when I was in 9-to-5, it was a bit monotonous, and that's one of the things I didn't quite like. And it was in the finance field. Finance can be very rigid, and it's one of the things I didn't like. But what I would emphasize is find whichever work that gives you self-fulfillment, because I find that even if you go through those difficult phases, if you love it, the difficult times are so worth it. So make sure you align yourself with something that you love, and something that you really enjoy. Another thing that you will notice is, okay, maybe you'll notice years later, you will all move at different paces. You will all find work at different rates. You will all be paid different. Even with people in university who you were at the same level, someone may surpass you. Like, unaangalia uko like, guys, their life is so put together. He already bought a car. He already bought a house. Guy, he's getting married. Wow, akona watoto wa sita tayari. But you know what? Everyone's life path is different. Yako ni yako. Do not compare yourself with any other person. But you know what? We are human beings, and the comparison will happen nonetheless. For me, what I do when the comparison bag comes to bite, fine, I will look at person X and I'm like, oh my god, ashanunua gari. Actually, amenunua gari appealing. But instead of making the comparison take the envy route, I turn things around and use that comparison as inspiration. I'm like, hey, wow, Brenda, umenunua nyumba. And I'm like, you know what, God? As you've blessed Brenda, don't pass me by. As you've blessed Sheila, don't pass me by. As you've blessed Jason, don't pass me by. As you've blessed Joanne, God, please also, I welcome my bag. Don't let it fester into envy. Instead, use it as inspiration and work towards your goals. My friends, there's so much space at the top. Work hard. As everyone is being successful, your time will come. So don't hesitate. Usiogope, itafika. And now for my final statement point about work life. Be open to surprises. You know, life is not static, it's very fluid. So what you may have studied in university may be completely different from your eventual work path. Like for me, I studied finance, but now here I am kicking ass, being the best food blogger in the country and enjoying what I'm doing. Just go with the flow of life. And I feel like if you have an itch in your heart about a direction you need to take, just explore it, because you never know. That might be your actual life path. Just explore it. If it doesn't work out, fine. You can still make a career out of what you studied in university. But if your career is something completely different from what you studied in university, well and good. Life is fluid and no one can predict where you'll end up eventually. Just go with the flow, you know. Don't be so static, because like there's so many surprises, and more often than not, especially with work, you will end up exactly where you're meant to be, and everything will turn out exactly where what am I saying? And everything will turn out exactly as it's meant to be. Fine, you did architecture, but now you are an amazing photographer. Why not? Fine, you did finance, and now you're a kick-ass food blogger. Why not? Fine, you did marketing, but you are an amazing entrepreneur in the makeup industry. Why not? You know, just go with the flow, take it as it comes. Na tuendelee mbele. I'd love to hear in the comment section what you guys have learned about how surprising the work environment can be after university. Please comment down below. I really love to know what you guys think. So next, we're going to push aside our honey mustard wings and go with the next one. The next one is the coconut curry wings. For me, I thought they would be a bit saucy. That's why I ordered them with rice. They look a bit dry, but over here, I can see they also sent in a couple of sauces. This one has coconut notes, so I'm going to pour it in, then we eat. But before that, my next topic is about relationships. Grabbed my fork because I want to taste the rice. The rice is rice with cilantro, which is basically just rice na dania. So hey. So I've drizzled one of the sauces on top of my wings. They look a lot better, so I hope they'll taste a lot better. So for our final phase of this chat is about relationships. I don't know, I feel for most people they have their first very significant relationship while in university, and I can speak for myself. my first real relationship, I fell in love, like in love, like in love. I'm this kind of girl who I fall in love. Kichwa chini mguu juu, like Humpty Dumpty kabisa. Now this guy in my head was my forever. But for some challenges we went through, and for inaction on his part for the said challenges, for me, I just decided, you know what, it's not worth it. Let me just end this relationship. And I felt a bit stupid, so to speak, because I was like feeling guilty because I invested so much time, emotional labor in this relationship, and here I am getting almost nothing in return from someone I really loved. But then I was like, I don't think endings should be something to be frowned upon, especially in this society we live in. Endings of relationships are seen as failures, as they are seen as something to be ashamed of, like it's embarrassing. Guy, you did it for 5 years. Guy, na me break up. Why did you break up? Ungevumilia tu. First of all, screw that mindset. If someone is not making you happy or meeting you halfway or not improving themselves, any self-improvement or even doing things that are harmful to you or both of you, leave. Endings should not be seen as failures or as something to be embarrassed about. Rather, they should be seen as a learning point and as a fountain where you can see where you want moving forward. Not where you want, where you can see what you want moving forward, where you can see where you went wrong, because it takes two to tango. Even if I broke up with my university love of my life, it doesn't mean that I didn't have any faults. I also have a chance to look within and see where I went wrong. For example, let me now get personal. For example, one of the things that led to our breakup is spending time together. For him, it wasn't a priority. For him, you can have a relationship but see each other once every 2 months. Yes, exactly. Like, how can you be dating but you see each other once every 2 months? For me, that wasn't working. And since he didn't want to change that, and it was something important for me, I chose to end things. But okay, that's a fault on his part. But a fault on my part, I had 0 to no boundaries. Like, I let so many things just pass because I didn't want to come across as the bad person or that bitch. And you know what's funny is, I'm very strict with my sisters, I'm strict with my friends, I'm strict at work. But in a relationship, I was so passive and I didn't have boundaries. You see, now after the relationship ended and a lot of introspection, that's why you see, okay, he did this, but I also did this. Do very thorough introspection and also learn why you react to certain situations in certain ways. Why do you hate this kind of environments? Like for me, I know exactly why I don't like being in clubs, and it's exactly what in my childhood has contributed to that mentality. Go within and really know yourself, and after you know yourself, at the end of relationship 1, you become better in relationship 2 and you will attract better. Endings are not bad things. Endings are beginnings for something way better. Don't be afraid to end it. Because if you're 22 years old, my friend, end it. The final thing I want to speak about, still about relationships, is make time. This one applies to all kinds of relationships, be it romantic, be it friendships, be it family. Make time for the people you say are important to you. For example, in romantic relationships, you can't say you're dating someone and you want to know them at a deeper level, yet you only want to see them once every 3 months. Bullshit. If they are important to you, you will make time for them. If your friend is important to you, you will spare 2 hours on a Saturday afternoon to go for brunch or lunch, or even visit them at home. You haven't seen your brother or sister in quite a long time. A 5-minute phone call every other day is enough. Make time for the people you make time for the people who are important in your life. And especially after university, life gets busier. There's work, there's your personal projects, there's family for some people, but just make a conscious, deliberate decision to spend time with the people you love. Because guys, life ni fupi. You may just be procrastinating. Oh, I'll call them. Oh, I'll see them later. Oh, maybe they're just okay. Don't imagine it. Take initiative, plan a date, even if it's just 1 hour, 2 hours. If you can't, if they're out of the country, a phone call will suffice. Still, my point stands. Make time. Everyone is busy. You will be busy. Life will get a bit tighter, but make time. It's a deliberate decision, but one you will not regret. So now we've come to the end of this video, and now I'm going to do a quick review of the food I've just eaten. So in terms of convenience and delivery, if you live in the Kilimani environs, that's Westlands, Lavington, Ngong Road, it might be convenient for you. If you live in Ngong area, Karen area, Langata area, it would be convenient for you to order from the Karen branch. Is it convenient for everyone? Certainly not, because everyone lives in different places in Nairobi, and that is not Crispy Wings' fault. It's just that for their business, they are situated wherever they're situated. So if you live in Syokimau, it might be a bit expensive for you because of the delivery costs. For me, delivery costs too. Does the flavor of the food match the price of the food? I don't feel like it does. Does the price of the food match the portion of the food? Nearly yes, almost yes. If you're really hungry, maybe hautashiba, maybe you'll have to top it up with something from your own fridge. But if you have a small appetite, you will get full. The flavors are not in proportion to the prices, in my opinion. The honey mustard wings were almost a bit disappointing, because when you hear honey and mustard chicken wings, it sounds very delicious. I would have only wished for the honey notes to be a bit more assertive. The mustard notes were there, the salt was a bit overdone, but the honey notes were almost absent. I really enjoyed, which I have to mention again, I really enjoyed the coconut curry chicken wings. They were very delicious, but I feel the sauce gave it a bit more oomph. They were very delicious. I would order them again. Leads me to the other question. Would I order from Crispy Wings again? I feel like if I would place my order again, it would be only for the coconut curry wings, but only if I have no other choice. But I feel like for the prices, I need to remember, it needs to be unforgettable. What about the food makes it unforgettable enough for me or anyone else to come back for more? If the food is just okay, if it's below okay, as in, why would I order? Now, for my overall rating for Crispy Wings, for everything, the prices, the flavors, the food, convenience, etc., out of 10, I would give it a 5.5. So guys, we've come to the end of this video. I hope you really enjoyed. I know I've skipped so many things, but I could not make this video to last 1 hour. This is not a movie, this is not a series, it's just a YouTube video. But I would love for you guys to comment down below on some lessons you guys realized after university, and some of the lessons you're learning and becoming into as you glide through life as an adult. Comment as much as you want. If you want to write a full insha, please do. I like reading long comments, and best believe I will respond. I want everyone to benefit from your wisdom and from your experiences. I'd also love to know which topics you guys would like to talk about the next chat and chowdown, and which food outlets you'd love for me to review. I love filming these kinds of videos, and I hope you enjoyed this one. Have a happy Wednesday. For me, today is Sunday. I want to prepare for the week ahead, and kwaherini.